Not clearly defining your ideal fan or being unclear about who you want to reach. You mentioned earlier that you have an exact idea of who not just your ideal fan would be, but a diehard fan, who that is likely to be. 18 to 34, into mostly women that are into this sort of goth subculture. Maybe they're into gaming, fans of bands like Sleep Token, Bring Me the Horizon, that kind of thing, but also a little tinge of R&B, maybe with The Weekend. I rarely have an artist come to me with that in mind. They'll tell me, oh, I make this kind of music. That's a different thing. That only tells like maybe half the story. If you tell me make this kind of song. Because let's say you're a rapper and you're like, oh, I make songs that sound like this has been a significant issue for some people where they're like, oh, I make songs that sound like Drake. I'm like, okay, great. A million people do that. They want to be Drake, which is an interesting thing.
Luck
But
dog.
but the who what are these people interested even? What are they interested in outside of the music? A lot of times, like, there's such a big crossover there that is so important. And I know that even for my band, it took us a very long time to really nail down what kind of audience we're after. And it is tricky because we tend to change our sound a little bit through every album. And like we already know that the next thing is going to be way different than what we're doing now. So is that kind of, are we shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit? Yeah, but there's overlap in the genres at least. It boils down to pop rock stuff regardless. But for my band, this past album, a big thing for us is nostalgia, drawing on influences of stuff we grew up on, early 2000s, pop punk kind of stuff. And then we've got a little bit of country in there, but we're trying to communicate a feeling that we had in 2008 with the windows down where it was carefree. And what shows did we watch back then that inspired us? What movies did we watch when we were younger? All of this stuff plays into who we're after.